functions of the plasma membrane?
Ma'am, what?
What are the functions of the plasma membrane?
Ma'am, it forms outer covering of the cell and gives shape to the cell, and it is protective in function. Ma'am, it is
Very good.
permeable.
It is semi-permeable. Very good. Okay. So can Pushkar tell me what is the meaning of semi-permeable?
Ma'am, it it is selectively permeable. That means it selects
Hmm.
which nutrients should go out and
Huh?
inside the cell.
Very good. Okay. So it will be selective. It will not allow all the substances to move in and out of the cell. That is why we call it as semi-permeable. Okay. Now Navya will tell me that, is Navya there? Okay. Now tell me what is the structure of the lipid molecule? Navya, what is the structure of the lipid molecule? Navya is also not speaking. No, I'll be noting this way. Okay, Pushkar want to answer. Ekta Sahu, let everyone speak up. Then I'll give you the chance, Pushkar. Ekta, can you tell me what is the structure of the lipid molecule? Navya want to speak up? See, you all are noting the things when I'm explaining in the class or not? Pushkar is saying yes. Others also should write it in the chat box that whatever I explain,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have to note down the lecture. ओके, जो बताते हैं वो सब आपको लेक्चर नोटबुक में लिखते जाना है in a short only in your way. Okay, so that
Voice
when
is
the
not
class
clear.
is over. Yes, Pushkar, voice
Ma'am, your voice
voice is
was
not
not.
clear.
Ma'am, now it is clear.
Ma'am, it's
Acha, now
clear.
it is clear. Okay, it's clear now. Okay, okay. So everyone should note down. So who will tell me quickly lipid molecule? Ekta Sahu is ready. Structure of the lipid molecule. Srishti can tell. Srishti
Yes,
Sharma.
ma'am.
Ma'am, may I?
Huh? Wait. Let Srishti say.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Say.
lipid layer is made up of fat molecule arranged in two layers with
Huh?
their head facing towards nucleus
Huh?
and tail facing each other. Uh,
Very good.
this lipid layer molecule structure is also known as fluid mosaic model or plasma fluid mosaic model
Hmm.
of plasma membrane.
This whole structure of the plasma membrane, which we have discussed, that is only known as the fluid mosaic model. So I was asking what is the structure of the fat molecule. Everyone should remember that fat molecule consists of the head and the tail. Sorry, it has the globular head and the tail. So this way you have to remember the structure, and heads are facing towards the protein and tail facing towards each other. Okay, so this way we have completed. Now you have to
Ma'am,
understand. Yes, Dhruv.
ma'am, will you please repeat this structure of lipid molecule
Lipid
so
molecule
that I,
is made up of the globular head and the tail. Globular head and tail. So done, everyone. Now I have to explain you the membrane transport. So put the subheading in your notebook and write down. So if you have read the chapter, you must have seen that it has mentioned, the book, the chapter has mentioned there are three different types of the solutions. One is the hypotonic solution, another one hypertonic solution, and isotonic solution. How many students have read these three words? Write in the chat box. If you have read the chapter, you must have gone through this. Okay, Romisha could get that. Okay, isotonic, hypotonic, and hypertonic. Okay, Harish also got it. Pushkar also has read these words. Okay, so today we will try to understand that, and then I will explain you the structure of the nucleus. So remember, children, in your syllabus, na, nucleus, mitochondria, chloroplast, and endoplasmic reticulum, vacuoles you have to study. Okay, rest of the cell organelles you don't have to study. So we will take up that these organelles one by one. So I'm presenting the screen. You can get ready by writing the subheading in your notebook, that is membrane transport. Membrane transport. Can you see my screen? All of you can see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now we are discussing that how the membrane transport takes place and what are the different processes which help in the membrane transport. So membrane transport, remember, it occurs by the processes, we call it as osmosis. What is it? Osmosis. And the second one, diffusion. You will have done these words before. सुना है ये वर्ड कि नहीं सुना है?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, okay. So osmosis, what is osmosis and what is diffusion? You have to understand. We'll take up first the osmosis. So osmosis, it is the movement of the water molecules from higher concentration to the lower concentration, from higher concentration to the lower concentration you'll understand what is this CON, what I am writing, concentration, through a semi-permeable membrane. Through a semi-permeable membrane. So understood everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now try to understand what you have written. So you know that cell membrane covers the cell. Now if anything has to enter inside, it has to cross the cell membrane. Now how it will take place, वो जो movement है वो दो processes I have mentioned just now. One is osmosis. So osmosis is the process in which you find the movement of the water molecules. If the water molecules have to move inside the cell or outside the cell, so then it will be moving through which process?
Osmosis.
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 Now osmosis in this, the water will always move from higher to lower concentration. When we say higher concentration, तो आप समझ जाओ जहाँ water ज़्यादा होगा वहां से वो कम की तरफ आएगा। अगर सेल के अंदर वाटर कम है तो सेल के अंदर आएगा। अगर सेल के अंदर वाटर ज्यादा है, बाहर कम है, तो द वाटर विल स्टार्ट मूविंग आउटसाइड द सेल and through the semi permeable membrane. Semi permeable membrane. Understood, everyone? So this process we call it osmosis. Now, how we come to know that the concentration is high, low, कहाँ से कहाँ जाएगा? So for that, try to understand this process will depend upon the type of solution. It will depend upon the type of solution. Now you all know that whatever cytoplasm will be there, it contains the water and all the different substances dissolved in it. Same way, एक सेल के आजू बाजू भी तो सेल होंगे. Are you understanding what I am saying? The neighboring cells will be there. From the neighboring cells, the water movement will be going on. Okay, now from where to where the movement should go, it will depend upon the type of solution. Now, what are the different types of solutions? They are the hypotonic solution. Hypotonic solution. Now, what is hypotonic? Understand, children, hypo means less. Hypo means less. And
Less.
tonic word has come from tonicity. Tonicity means concentration. अब हम इसको I am saying hypo means less. अब less या more we are comparing it with the concentration of the cytoplasm. सेल के अंदर जो साइटोप्लाज्म है, बिकॉज इट हैज द डिफरेंट सब्सटेंसेस डिसॉल्व्ड, इट विल हैव सम कंसंट्रेशन. ओके, और अगर सेल के बाहर जो है सोल्यूशन, जो वाटर प्रेजेंट है, जो सोल्यूशन प्रेजेंट है, उसका कंसंट्रेशन अंदर के साइटोप्लाज्म से कम है, तो यू विल कॉल दैट सोल्यूशन एज हाइपोटोनिक सोल्यूशन. You can write down hypotonic solution is that which has the concentration, lower than the cytoplasm. Lower than the cytoplasm. Did you understand what is hypotonic solution? Everyone has understood.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Concentration lower than the cytoplasm. अब आप थोड़ा समझने की कोशिश करो कि if the cell is placed in the hypotonic solution, so water will move out of the cell or inside the cell.
Inside the
Inside
cell.
the cell.
Water will move
outside the cell.
outside the cell. Hypotonic मतलब कि बाहर कम है पानी, तो it will move
I'm outside the cell.
Outside the cell.
Outside the cell.
outside the cell. Okay. Now hypertonic I said. अच्छा, अब ध्यान से समझ लो. Then you say that it has the concentration lower than the cytoplasm, hypotonic solution. So we mean to say that it will have the salt concentration less or high.
I'm less.
Less.
Salt concentration less. And water,
That will be also
I,
be less.
water will be less or more.
I'm less.
ma'am,
नहीं,
more
water
con.
more. हाँ, water more. तो water अगर more है तो बाहर ज्यादा है पानी in comparison to the cell cytoplasm. तो where the water will move?
Inside the cell.
Inside the cell.
Inside the
Inside.
Inside the cell.
Okay, understood. When the cell will be placed in the hypotonic solution, the water starts moving inside the cell. The water starts moving
Inside the cell.
inside.
Inside the
So
cell.
you can write down
Inside
the
the cell.
end osmosis takes place. End osmosis. End osmosis occurs. Okay, so I have told you, I should take a break. And osmosis occurs. So when the cell will be placed in hypotonic solution, you will find from outside the water will start moving inside the cell. Endo means inside. Is it clear? So that type of osmosis is known as end osmosis. How many have understood? How many have understood? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Uh-huh.
ma'am.
Okay, Shishna. Yes, okay, raising hand, very good. Okay, so I want others also to try to get this uh, functions in your node and all, so that you can wave your hand, you can show me the thumb that yes, you have understood. Good. Okay, so end osmosis occurs lower than the cytoplasm. So when the cell will be placed in hypotonic solution, end osmosis occurs. You all have understood what is end osmosis? What is end osmosis? Water moves inside the cell. Understood, everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Now the second
Yes, ma'am.
solution we call it as hypertonic solution. Hypertonic solution. Now in this hypertonic solution, you find that it has the concentration higher than the cell cytoplasm. So you can write down which has the concentration higher than the cytoplasm. Higher than the cytoplasm.
मैम
Yes.
मैम बुक में लिखा है कि हाइपरटोनिक में लोअर होता है कॉन्सेंट्रेशन और हाइपोटोनिक में ज्यादा होता है साइटोप्लाज्म से।
अब इसके लिए समझो, you have to understand in two contexts. You have to understand two things ki water how much and salt how much. Are you getting? If you say lower concentration, so lower concentration of what? Try to clarify that thing first. When you say hypertonic means what is higher? What is higher in that?
Water.
Water.
No, no,
Water
no,
content.
no. The salt concentration. When you say hypertonic solution means it is having higher salt concentration. Is it very clear to you all? अब अगर हायर वाटर हायर सॉल्ट कंसंट्रेशन है तो उसमें वाटर कम होगा कि ज्यादा हो जाएगा?
कम
हम
कम
कम
होगा।
कम
कम.
होगा। अब वाटर अगर कम है उस सोल्यूशन में और साइटोप्लाज्म में वाटर ज्यादा है तो फिर मूवमेंट किस तरफ होगा वाटर का?
Cytoplasm.
हम आउटसाइड साइटोप्लाज्म
हम आउटसाइड द सेल।
हाँ, cytoplasm. Is it very clear? ये ना कंफ्यूजन हमेशा रहता है. ट्राई टू क्लेरिफाई दैट थिंग चिल्ड्रन, ऑल ऑफ योर. ओके, बुक्स में आपको लोअर बोलेंगे तो ध्यान करना है, आपको ये बात समझ लेना है कि व्हाट दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. लोअर कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ वाटर की लोअर कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ सॉल्यूट. सॉल्यूट मीन्स द सब्सटेंसेस विच आर डिसॉल्व्ड इन द सॉल्वेंट. ओके, कोई भी सोल्यूशन बनता है तो टू थिंग्स आर प्रेजेंट. ओके, एक रहेगा सॉल्वेंट एंड अदर वन विल बी द सॉल्यूट. फॉर एग्जांपल, यू टेक अप द glass of water and you dissolve in it 2 spoons of the sugar. Try to take up this example. If you have taken the glass of water and in a glass A, you are dissolving 2 spoons of sugar. of sugar. Then you have taken another B glass and the same amount of water. In that you have added 4 spoons of sugar. So which solution you will call hypertonic and which one you will call hypotonic? Tell me that. A hypotonic होगा कि B hypotonic होगा?
Ma'am, A.
A
A
will be
hypotonic
hypotonic.
and B
हाँ,
hypertonic.
वही will be hypertonic. मतलब उसमें वाटर कम है. तो अगर अपन सेल को प्लेस करेंगे उस सोल्यूशन में, प्लांट सेल सपोज हमने उसमें डिप किया, तो व्हाट विल हैपन, वाटर अंदर जाएगा हाइपोटोनिक वाला सोल्यूशन में कि वाटर सेल साइटोप्लाज्म मतलब उससे बाहर आएगा. क्या होगा?
आउटसाइड द
बाहर जाएगा.
हम बाहर जाएगा.
क्यों? बाहर तो पानी ज्यादा है ना, तो फिर हाइपोटोनिक केस में
हम अंदर जाएगा फिर.
हाँ, तो फिर अंदर जाएगा. ये बस समझ लो, पानी जहाँ ज्यादा है वो ज्यादा से कम की तरफ जाएगा. Are you understanding, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
important.
Yes, ma'am.
Very important
Yes,
to
ma'am.
understand this thing. So Pushkar was asking just now that
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the book what is given.
Ma'am,
Pushkar was
higher
asking.
water concentration.
हाँ
Ma'am, higher water concentration.
हाँ, तो हायर वाटर कंसेंट्रेशन उन्हें क्लियर कर दिया. किस सोल्यूशन में हायर वाटर कंसेंट्रेशन बोल रहे हैं वो?
Ma'am, outside the cell.
अरे नहीं नहीं, यू वर रीडिंग जस्ट नाउ ना टेक्स्ट बुक दैट इट इज गिवन लाइक दैट. उसको एक बार फिर से रीड करो.
If the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell,
हाँ, तो
meaning
दिस इज नोन एज,
the outside solution is very dilute,
so
hypotonic.
this is which one? Which solution they are saying?
हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन.
Ma'am, hypotonic solution.
हाँ, बिल्कुल सही है. फिर hypotonic solution, they are saying that is the medium which has the, read it once again.
The surrounding, if the surrounding medium, no, if the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell,
हाँ
then the solution is known as hypotonic
हाँ,
solution.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. ठीक है, बिल्कुल सही है. अपन किसका बोल रहे हैं? वाटर के कंसेंट्रेशन को बोल रहे हैं. तो वाटर ज्यादा है जहां पर, वो हाइपोटोनिक है. इज इट क्लियर? और अगर इसी को, see now children, the questions can be asked in any way. In your textbook they are mentioning that outer surrounding medium is having higher water. अब हम उसको उल्टा करके बोल सकते हैं that the medium surrounding the cell is having higher concentration of solutes. Higher concentration of solutes. So which type of osmosis will occur? Are you getting? So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
will happen?
Yes.
So what will happen?
Yes, ma'am.
अगर higher concentration of solute if I am saying, so what will happen then? The medium surrounding the cell. End osmosis होगा कि X osmosis होगा?
Exosmosis.
Osmosis.
देखो अभी फिर कंफ्यूज हो गए ना आप? उसी चीज को अभी मैंने बदल दिया. सिर्फ हमने कंसेंट्रेशन वहां वाटर का बोल रहे थे एंड आई सेड सॉल्यूट. तो सोल्यूशन तो सेम है ना. आर यू गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग चिल्ड्रन? Hypotonic solution is, hypotonic solution is that which is having more water and less solutes. Okay, and hypertonic solution is that which has higher concentration of solute and less water. Okay, so when I am saying concentration higher than the cytoplasm, here I mean to say the concentration of the solute. What I mean to say?
Concentration of solute.
Higher
No,
concentration
and
of
when
solute.
I say concentration of solute, तो water तो कम हो ही जाएगा. और जब हम बोलते हैं lower solute concentration means more water. Is it very clear, children? पुष्कर,
Yes, ma'am.
clear to you
Yes,
now?
ma'am.
पुष्कर,
यस मैम।
अब डाउट तो नहीं है ना? किसी भी वे में बोले तो उसको ये समझना है आपको कि वाटर की बात हो रही है कि सॉल्यूट की बात हो रही है. Here I am mentioning the solute concentration. Is it clear? So, if the hypertonic solution, yes, okay. So I got the signal from Pushkar. Now, hypertonic solution which has then concentration higher than the cytoplasm. अगर ऐसे solution में cell को रखते हैं, तो what will happen? The water from the cell, means from inside the cell, will start moving out, and that type of the osmosis we call it X osmosis. What is it known as?
Exosmosis.
What is it? I hope
Exosmosis.
you understood what are the two types of osmosis. Okay, clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the two types of osmosis? Say quickly. Ayushi Lakra will tell.
Ma'am,
Ayushi.
ma'am, endosmosis and exosmosis.
What is endosmosis, Ayushi?
Ma'am, when water moves inside the cell, that is
Huh.
endosmosis, and
Huh.
when water moves outside the cell, that is exosmosis.
Very good. Understood ना? तो एक्सऑस्मोसिस कब होगा? आयुषी, when एक्सऑस्मोसिस will occur?
When water is less and solute is more.
Solute is more in the solution.
More.
मतलब आउटसाइड मीडियम में अगर सॉल्यूट ज्यादा है, वाटर लेस है, तो देन एक्सऑस्मोसिस will occur. Okay. And what you call that type of solution? Ayushi?
Yes, ma'am, hypertonic solution.
Very good. Okay. So understood. I hope everyone has understood. So try to read it in the textbook also once again, everyone, and note down the things also. Okay. Now third type of the solution, we call it isotonic solution. Isotonic solution. So isotonic, iso means same. Is it clear? So the solution which has the concentration same as, which has the concentration same as the cell cytoplasm. Clear to everyone? Understood everyone? अब अगर वो same है, तो tell me which type of osmosis will occur? Will the water movement occur or not?
नो मैम।
Ma'am,
No.
No,
not
ma'am. Ma'am, not
No,
occur.
ma'am.
Remember, no movement of water. Okay, so you can write down no osmosis. No osmosis occurs. Is it very clear? क्योंकि दोनों तरफ बराबर है, so there will be no movement. Is it clear? So the plasma membrane is semi-permeable. It will, तो याद रखना है, water का movement will occur through which process?
osmosis.
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 Okay. Now other solute movement will occur through which process?
Diffusion.
Diffusion.
Diffusion. Okay, it will occur through diffusion. So you know that in the plants, the roots absorb the minerals, and those minerals are transported to all the cells of the plant body. तो एक सेल से दूसरे में वो किस प्रोसेस से जाएगा? By which process?
Diffusion.
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 So you can write down that it is the movement of the solid. It is the movement of the solid, liquid or gas. Solid, liquid or gas molecules. Solid, liquid or gas molecules from higher concentration to lower concentration. From higher concentration to lower concentration. Understood, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, तो सेल में O2 CO2 का ट्रांसपोर्ट, मिनरल्स ट्रांसपोर्ट विल अकर बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिफ्यूजन. इज इट क्लियर? और इन द नॉन लिविंग सिस्टम ऑल्सो जितना मूवमेंट अगर अपन ने एक इंसेंस स्टिक इफ यू हैव पुट इन वन कॉर्नर ऑफ द रूम, so you can get that incense stick, you can smell it in the other room also. So those gas molecules are moving in your non-living system by which process?
डिफ्यूजन.
Diffusion.
Diffusion.
ठीक है. ऐसे ही when you are taking the glass of water and dissolving the sugar, so you will find that whole water of the glass will be tasting sweet. So how they have dispersed, how they have traveled in the whole of the glass water?
Diffusion.
Diffusion.
By the
Is it?
process of diffusion.
Everyone has understood. So diffusion will occur in living system also and non-living system also. Followed, but osmosis will occur always in the
Living organism.
Living.
living organisms. Okay, जब अपन living organism बोले तो we can say living system. Is it very clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Diffusion is clear. Now
Yes,
I will
ma'am.
come to process. So membrane transport, one is occurring by osmosis, second occurring by diffusion, and third one write down the endocytosis. So cytosis, I can take up the word cytosis. Okay, and that cytosis you find it is of two types. Endocytosis. Now endocytosis will mean what? अभी एंडो ऑस्मोसिस हो गया तो ऐसे एंडोसाइटोसिस समझ जाओ.
Interior.
हाँ.
I'm in the interior.
That means the movement will be inside the cell. Okay, so cytosis is the movement of the substances. It can be liquid also and it can be solid material also. Okay, but it is not through the plasma membrane. This cytosis process is due to the flexibility of the cell. Is it clear? It occurs due to the flexibility, due to the flexibility of the membrane, of the cell membrane. Understood everyone? तो क्या होगा इसमें? You all have done that nutrition in amoeba. In the other class, you all have done the nutrition in amoeba. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
you must be remembering that food particle coming near the cell membrane, फिर one cup-like structure is formed, and then that food particle will go inside. ये डायग्राम याद है? बनाया हुआ है पहले?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
यस मैम.
नहीं
Yes,
है याद.
ma'am.
ओके, तो आई विल सेंड दिस फिगर ओके टू यू ऑल. तो साइटोसिस के लिए तो अगर बाहर से सेल के अंदर some liquid drop is going or solid material is going, so you call it as what? Endocytosis. And another one is exocytosis. You must be remembering the nutrition in amoeba, that is phagocytosis. How many have heard phagocytosis? पढ़ा है? Not done.
No, ma'am.
So
No,
now
ma'am.
the textbook it's given. The process is phagocytosis, that is cell eating. What you call it?
Cell eating.
Cell eating, very good. And pinocytosis. Pinocytosis. So this is
Ma'am?
cell drinking. Yes.
Ma'am, these are the type of cytosis.
Yeah. These are the types of cytosis only. Okay.
Yes.
Phagocytosis is cell eating. Okay. And the pinocytosis is cell drinking. Cell drinking. Understood? So pino you can remember related to pina. Okay, so pina means drinking. So cell drinking, where the liquid will go inside the cell. Okay, by the bending of, by the invagination of the cell membrane, we will call it as cell drinking or pinocytosis. Okay, so phagocytosis, pinocytosis, both are the types of endocytosis. Both are the types of
Endocytosis.
endocytosis. हाँ, और देन सेल में न्यूट्रिशन में और मस्ट हैव डन कि जब सारा वेस्ट डाइजेस्ट हो जाए, मीन द फूड इज डाइजेस्टेड, तो द वेस्ट विल बी लेफ्ट. ओके, अनडाइजेस्टेड सब्सटेंसेस विल बी लेफ्ट, so they have to be removed out. So they will be removed out by exocytosis. That will be done by the exocytosis. So removal of the substances occurs by exocytosis. So we have completed with the membrane transport, children. Understood? Yes
Yes,
or
ma'am.
no?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone has
Yes, ma'am.
understood. So I told you three processes. मेम्ब्रेन में ट्रांसपोर्ट तीन तरह से होता है, एनी टाइप ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट. One is by osmosis, another by diffusion, and the third is by the endocytosis and exocytosis. Is it clear? So that we call it two types of endocytosis: phagocytosis, pinocytosis. And osmosis will depend upon the type of the solution, that is tonicity of the solution. So on the basis of tonicity, you can write down here type of solution on the basis of tonicity. On the basis of tonicity. On the basis of tonicity. Tonicity means concentration.
Ma'am, what
Yes.
do you mean by cytosis?
Cytosis is the movement of the substances in and out of the cell by the invagination of cell membrane. By the invagination of cell membrane, which occurs due to the flexibility of the membrane. Which occurs due to the flexibility of the membrane.
Ma'am, can you write it on this notepad?
Okay, okay, okay. I write it cytosis. You want to know? Cytosis. It is the transport. You can write down. It is the transport of substances by the invagination of the cell membrane. Invagination of the cell membrane. Okay, and then you can add up which occurs due to the, so already I have written here now, that occurs due to the flexibility of the membrane. Understood everyone?
Yes,
Invagination
ma'am.
का मतलब होता है कि cup shape structure बनना. Okay, that is known as the invagination.
Ma'am, can you repeat what is invagination?
Invagination means that is bending of inner movement of the cell membrane. Okay, forming the cup shaped structure. I'll show you the figure, don't worry. So then it will become more clear to you all. Can you see my screen, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll show you just now. Now, can you see this figure, the yellow figures which are there? Nutrition in
Yes,
amoeba.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
Yes,
see
ma'am.
this
Yes,
first
ma'am.
figure. Children. Try to see this first figure. In this, you find this red colored food particle coming near. I hope no one is having confusion because of these figures. Or should I bring this one only on the screen? Children,
No,
any
ma'am.
problem?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, na? Otherwise, I'll bring only that figure in front of you. Now you can see this image. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So you
Yes,
find
ma'am.
that this is the whole process of the phagocytosis. And phagocytosis, which one it is? That is your endocytosis. Okay, cell eating. So this is the solid food particle which is coming near the amoeba. This is the amoeba. Now what will happen? It will now, since the cell membrane is flexible, it will produce this cup-shaped structure. Okay, it will produce the pseudopodia. और ये क्यों ऐसा कप जैसा बन रहा है? Because the cell membrane is flexible. Okay, now once it will form this cup shaped structure, the food particle is coming inside it, and then it will enclose it fully. Once it will enclose it fully, यहाँ से membrane break हो जाता है and it forms the food vacuole. Once this structure is formed, can you see in this second one? Can you see my cursor?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, when
Yes,
circle
ma'am.
inside circular structure, this food particle red color thing has come up. You call it as food vacuole, and that food vacuole we call it as phagosome. ओके, अब आगे का प्रोसेस क्या, वो डाइजेशन वगैरह सब होता रहेगा. एंड देन आफ्टर द डाइजेशन सम लेफ्ट ओवर सब्सटेंसेस विल बी देयर. So that will be, then what will happen, it will come near, and you call it as now the process is exocytosis. That vacuole containing the leftover substances or the waste matter will come near the cell membrane and it will burst. It will burst. So this is showing the fifth stage is showing that only. ये बाहर निकल रहा है. Can you see these dot dots, children? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
this
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
exocytosis. Here, these all steps are showing your endocytosis. और endocytosis में solid food is going inside, so you call it as phagocytosis. What is it?
Phagocytosis.
Phagocytosis.
Phagosynthesis.
Process, clear cytosis process.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. So
ma'am.
this way you find that endocytosis, exocytosis occurs, and cell eating will be called as eating will be called as
And phagocytosis.
Phagocytosis.
and the cell drinking will be called as.
Pinocytosis.
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 So today we could complete the whole of the plasma membrane. I'll take up the nucleus next period, children. Okay, it is already 52. Okay, I'm stopping the sharing work. Okay, so your question will be questions such I'll send it on WhatsApp. Okay, it's already 52. You have to attend the next class. Yes, children. So you read the
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
textbook. Okay, questions are
Yes, ma'am.
WhatsApp. Okay. Now once
Yes, ma'am.
again I'll take up your attendance and we'll do Shanti Path. So join your hands. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Side up, students. You all can leave. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay, welcome.
Sairam, ma'am.
Sai Ram.
Thank you, ma'am.